Hi, everybody. This is Howard Fox, the host of the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast. I am in Newberry Springs, California today. What is special about Newberry Springs? Well, there's a lot to know about this wonderful little town. I'm actually sitting in the Bagdad Cafe, so for our listeners in the moment, stop this audio and go do a Google search on the Bagdad Cafe. But this is the 100th anniversary of Route 66. Bagdad Cafe literally sits right next to Route 66, and it's really a famous stop for over 100 years or so. But there's a lot of important activities that have taken place on this wonderful road, and I wanted to come up here through my friend Carla Claus and just actually do some interviews with some of the folks that make Newberry Springs, the Bagdad Cafe, and Route 66 so special. I have the pleasure right now of introducing you to Jim Conkle. Now, he is either officially or affectionately known as the mayor of Route 66. Jim, it's a pleasure to meet you. How are you today?
How you doing? Thanks for having me here.
Excellent. So, first off, Jim, I see you have a hat on. You were a Marine, and thank you for your service.
I'm still a Marine.
You're still always be a Marine.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're always once in the service. You're always a service. Now, first off, how long have you been affiliated with, say, Route 66? When did this become a part of your life?
Well, my first trip on Route 66 was in 1949 when my father, who was in the Air Force, being transferred from Virginia to California and then on to the Southeast or the Orient, Philippines and Guam and Japan. And then after that, I joined the Marine Corps in 1957, and in 1958 I took a trip on Route 66 from Camp Pendleton back to Indiana to my home. And then since then, I've been very actively involved in Route 66 for a good number of years, probably 35, 40 years now.
Okay.
I think I got started again back in the late 80s, early 90s, when we were trying to save Route 66. I'd like to go back and tell you how I became the mayor. I'm not the mayor of Route 66, but I got a call some years ago, just before COVID started, from some people at USC Steven Spielberg School of Film that wanted to do a master's thesis on using Route 66 as their theme. So I totally agreed to help them, and one thing led to another, and we started doing shooting over the course of the COVID, which caused us some problems. We went to the Santa Monica Pier, we came out here, we spent the day here at the Baghdad Cafe, and I was just their go-to guy, okay? It wasn't my movie, it wasn't my film, I wasn't the director or the producer, I had no control. And when they finally got through with it, and they sent me a copy of it, my wife and I listened to it, and I go, where did they get this title, the mayor of Route 66? I never authorized it. They never asked me.
Okay.
I contacted them and said, there are a lot of people that are going to be offended by this because there's a Mr. Route 66, there's a Colonel Route 66, there's a Dr. Route 66. There's all kinds of people that want to add that name to them, and I'm not one of them.
We have a Mrs. Princess Route 66.
Well, she earned that.
She earned that.
Okay. I was there to make sure she earned that.
Okay.
But there's just too many people who do have a use of adding their name to so, and I didn't want to offend anybody, so I said, I really don't like it. And they said to me, we don't care. It's not your movie. That's what we interpreted all the things that the times we spent with you, that you didn't want to be called anything. So we came up with the name, you're the mayor of Route 66.
Okay.
Well, it caught a hold with a few people. Could I have that magazine? And lo and behold, I've been the magazine. You were just looking at it.
No.
Okay, we've got a magazine.
Okay.
For our listeners, we're looking to open up a magazine.
So I spent a lot of time supporting and helping promote Route 66, businesses and the entire road. And lo and behold, the people in Newberry Springs recognized that, and they did a magazine. I should say that my wife and I were publishers of a newspaper, and I used to publish the Route 66 Pulse newspaper.
Okay.
And we're bringing it back out as a magazine format. So we're in San Bernardino at this large event for all the Inland Empire chambers, and the Newberry Springs folks showed this magazine, and they said, it's dedicated to you, Jim.
Oh,
And I
wow.
go, to me? I mean, this was totally out of the blue. I did not.
Surprise,
I
yeah.
still today think hey, it's a great magazine. Forget about me being in it.
Okay.
But they too then used the mayor of Route 66.
Okay. I love
So a few people have used it. I don't use it in my titles. I never call myself Mr. or Route 66 or Mayor of Route 66, but it's an honorary title. That it's like Papa.
that. Okay.
I have grandsons and grandchildren, and I'm Papa, and that's very touching to me. And so, being the mayor,
Fair enough.
fair enough. So I'm not the mayor because it probably means I have to do some work
Yeah. I
and
hear you
attend
there.
meetings or something.
You know, you've worked a long, hard life. It's time to relax a little bit. So I am curious. Here in Newberry Springs, Bagdad Cafe, what for you tugs on your heartstrings?
It's the the most important thing to me is not the road,
Okay.
not the businesses on the road. It's the people of the road.
Okay.
The people who are on it, have been on it, were involved with it. And when I did a tour once, and someone said to me, well, what is it about Route 66? And I said, I can't tell you. You'll just have to figure it out. Well, after 3 days of spending on the road with me and the tour group, he walks up to me and he said, I got it.
Got it.
It's the people. You couldn't go to Central Casting and get these kind of people.
Right.
The uniqueness of them, the passion they have, the dedication they have. I'm just honored to be a part of them. And I have to tell you that Route 66 is the people.
The people.
It's not the road. It's the people that make it up. The people who come in and visit it. And I don't care if you come and spend $5 and 5 minutes, you're as important to this road as any of us. And I'm very, very honored that I know not all of them. I wished I did. But I know enough of them to tell you that great family.
Okay. And
Great family.
I love the fact that you've shared it. It's like a family because there will be people who have heard about it, read about it, but unless, as you're saying, unless you step foot on it, go through it, stop in, spend a little money, or just talk to the residents of the other visitors, you cannot truly appreciate it.
You really don't. And we used to own a tour company, and I did an awful lot of tours of Route 66, and some of them could have been called the gift shop tour,
Right.
because all they did was spend money on gifts.
Right.
But that's part of Route 66.
Right.
And I have to tell you that I probably own one of everything that's ever been made. My wife will tell you I got more boxes. When I die, it'll take a Grand Canyon to bury me.
You're going to have an auction.
With all that stuff.
Yeah.
And the people that you meet, yes, the iconic restaurants like the Bagdad Cafe, motels, attractions, those are all very important. But if you take away the people,
Right.
they're nothing. Nobody's going to come to visit the Bagdad Cafe because it's here.
Right.
They're going to come because of Mark, and they're going to come because of who's been here and the history of this place.
Sure.
Do you feel it when you walk in here, the history?
I was excited to get here, see the sign, the marquee sign, the ceremonial sign that we were just standing by outside, walking in, having watched the movie, and I have to personally thank Carla again because when we kind of talked about me coming out here, because I wanted to do it, it's a short drive from Vegas, I wanted to do it, and then it just kind of blossomed. And when she said, Howard, you're going to meet a lot of folks out here. And so when I walked in the door and you were all here, it's like, wow, this is going to be pretty cool. And again, watching that movie and just being here in this moment, it's like, this is pretty cool stuff. And I love about podcasting is I get to sit down and have these conversations because
Yeah.
and I get to then share it. I mean, we were talking earlier with Mark about where everybody's coming from, the tour buses, the French, the Germans coming in and out and about, they're stopping here to pay a visit because they've heard about this place. That to me is what's special. And again, having the opportunity to chat with you folks. I do have a couple quick questions.
Sure.
What does the 100th anniversary of Route 66, what does that mean to
It's
you?
not the 100th anniversary of Route 66. It's the 100th anniversary of Federal Highway
Federal
System.
Highway System.
Every highway that before 1926 had its own name, it's had its own designation, and a Federal Highway Administration was started, and the rules came in that all roads going east-west would be even number, all roads going north-south would be an odd number.
Right.
Route 66 is not the only road celebrating its 100th anniversary, 100th birthday.
The Lincoln Highway, I
Lincoln
believe.
Highway
Yes,
is celebrating. And that's older than we are.
Yeah.
And by the way, we call the Lincoln Highway the Father Road.
Okay.
The Route 66 is the Mother
The
Road.
Mother Road. I knew that, by the way. The Mother Road. Okay. All right.
So I want to go back to the question. I was given a speech to International Rotary Club in Long Beach some years ago, and I was the luncheon guest speaker. And this was not set up, but one of the executives said to me, "Well, Jim, we just have loved your presentation, so how long should we plan to travel Route 66? And I don't know how I did this, but I leaned on the podium and I said, a lifetime.
I love that.
Because you can't see it once. Yeah. And there are what we refer to as armchair roadies.
Right.
These are people that aren't on the road, have never been on the road, have only been on the road once, but they're still roadies. They live the road through us. Mm-hmm. They get out there, the books, the videos, what you're doing. That's what we want is people to understand that Route 66 is no different than any other road. Mm-hmm. It's just the people on it are different.
Gotcha. As you look back and how this road has affected you, how the people have affected you and it had an impact, how would you describe that for our listeners?
Well, I do tell people if you're going to take a trip on Route 66, be open, be accepting the fact that you're probably going to make a lot of new friends. You're going to, some of them are going to be very close to, some you're going to communicate with, especially today with communication being what it is. It's not like, well, when I first got involved, we had cell phones, but they were in your car. We had film cameras. We didn't have digital cameras. I think that if you come here with blinders on and you don't enjoy people, you're not going to like Route 66.
Okay.
Because there are some things, and you are going to eat in some places you may say, well, this isn't a five-star restaurant. Well, it may not be food-wise, but the atmosphere, it's five-star. Yeah. This is a five-star restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay, it won't be listed as a five-star restaurant because of the food, because that's not why people come here.
No.
They do eat, they do drink, but they come here for another reason.
Right.
To sit here and go, wow, look at all this.
People, the experience, I love it. Now, I noticed when I walked in, introductions were being made. You have a partner in crime here.
My wife.
Is that your partner in crime? All right.
I tell people, we've been married for going on 51 years.
Wow.
And I tell people that I admire everything about my wife but her choice of men. I think she could have done better than me, but our children and grandchildren wouldn't agree with that.
All right, that's good. Jim, I hope we get a chance to chat some more while I'm here over the weekend, but I really appreciate you leaning into this. And I'm sure this is not your first rodeo. No. But I want to thank you for joining me, sharing your story for the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast, and really helping me experience the Route 66, the cafe, and just the people. So thank you for being a part of this podcast
I just make a suggestion to you. Be a sponge. Stay with these people. Listen to them. Feel their passion. Feel what they're doing. You couldn't pay people to do what they're doing. They would not do a job. They are doing it because they believe in it. It's in their heart. And at the end of the day, they've accomplished something. And your podcast is if we're preaching to the choir, as they say, we're not doing anything. We want new people. We want other people to come here and say, so this is the Bagdad Cafe. Mm-hmm. That's going to make them happy.
As I was sharing with some colleagues and friends what I'm going to be doing this weekend, And it dawned on me that I'm only 2 hours away. Well, give or take a couple minutes from Vegas, but it's so close. How can I not take advantage of this and want to go and do it? And this to me is why this is special. So
You live in Las Vegas?
I live in Las Vegas,
When they did the Will Rogers movie,
right?
Will Rogers Jr. played his father. And Will Rogers used to travel Route 66 from Claremore, Oklahoma to Beverly Hills, Malibu, where he lived. He was mayor of Beverly Hills at one time. When they made the movie, they didn't travel all of Route 66. In Needles, they went north to Las Vegas,
Right.
then south of Las Vegas to Barstow.
Right.
They bypassed this entire area. So this area, this road here in front of this place was never called the Will Rogers Highway. The Will Rogers Highway went up to Las Vegas and came down 466 to Yermo and to Barstow.
Okay.
Only because there was no movie theaters in the middle of the desert, and they wanted to promote the Will Rogers movie, so they went to Las Vegas.
Gotcha. All right. I appreciate that little bit of
So you
history.
live on Route 66.
I live on Route 66.
Well, Mother Road.
the Mother Road. Jim, thank you again. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure.
All right. Okay, folks, we're going to sign off on this episode of the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast. We had the pleasure of chatting with Jim Conkle. I hope we get a chance to chat with him some more. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick break, and we look forward to coming back to you with more episodes of the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast. And just one quick reminder, you can find us on our website, outdooradventureseries.com. We're also on LinkedIn and Facebook on our Outdoor Adventure Series pages. The video, there will be a video of this audio episode because we'll have some photos. That'll be up on our YouTube channel. And of course, if you're on your way to Newberry Springs, you'll be able to listen to this podcast wherever you get your podcast from. Okay, folks, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, go out there and have a fantastic day. Take care now.